Alrighty, here we go. I think I've got everything set up okay. And my announcement is live. All is good. All right, let me switch the order of these two. I would rather have my cold drink first. Right. We are joined by coconut today. All right, I think everything's good to go there. I'm gonna get an idea out. This one right here before I finish this. And it could potentially be, make sure that All right, so this is a little short one shot, one panel, one piece comic. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can see. You can't see it. I need to have like a, and I have it over there, but my little glove is just covered in coconut fur. I mean, there's just no. I kind of need to get a new one, but the problem is, I mean, I could try. I haven't tried they changed manufacturers or something, and it's very different than the old version. And this one is just so comfortable, and I'm so used to it that a little hangnail here that will not. Let me continue working until I get rid of it. No. I guess I can try that one. This one is just so, it's kind of, and I can tell this one has a lot of, ooh, that's nice actually. It has a lot more support. I don't know. I can give it a shot. Let's see. I could do that and have it be like a. I don't know. I'm kind of liking the support at my wrist. Let's get back to that thing I wrote. Let me drop the text in here. This is one of those poetry, well, yeah, kind of is poetry. All right. Oh. Why is it doing that? It's holding the, let's just do it this way. Let's just do it this way. I don't know if I want to put another remember in there or not. It may feel like a rainy day will last forever. The gloom certainly feels heavy. However, remember the gentle rain feeds the green and growing grass, and even more so, remember this too shall pass. I don't know if I wanted to, I kind of feel like I need that extra beat in there. I may feel like a rainy day will last forever. Gloom certainly feels heavy. However, remember the gentle rain feeds the green and growing grass, and even more so, remember this too shall pass. You know what? I think I'm going to take, however, I'm going to take out this remember, donate it to the last line, and let's see if I can All right, let's see. It may feel like a rainy day will last forever. The gloom certainly feels heavy. However, the gentle rain feeds the green and growing grass, and even more so, remember this too shall pass. Maybe I should take out green and just see the gentle rain feeds the growing grass. And I'm going to change that to but. I feel like a rainy day will last forever. The gloom certainly feels heavy. However, the gentle rain feeds the growing grass, but more so remember this too shall. I don't know, I like green and growing grass now. The gentle rain feeds the growing green. Why don't I take out the gentle? Because if everything is seasoned, nothing is seasoned. The rain feeds the green. Everything is special, nothing is special. Okay, there we go. It may feel like a rainy day will last forever. The gloom certainly feels heavy. However, the rain feeds the green and growing grass, but more so, remember this too shall pass. Should I change this to also? And I kind of want to put remember here again. Darn it. I feel like a rainy day will last forever. The gloom feels heavy. However, the rain feeds the green and growing grass, and also remember this too shall pass. All right, I'm going to let that simmer for a minute. We shall simmer. Simmer, simmer, simmer. Let's see. Then we're going to go into our spring panel and figure that out and color it. I kind of want to switch back to my old wrist support. Well, not sure if I like that curve. Maybe I'll bring it down just a smidge. Probably need to take my white size down here a little bit as I'm already at 8. That's maybe I should consider not putting so much detail in these far background areas. Probably be the best choice. So I started watching, I didn't know it existed at all, but on Apple TV they have the Monarch series, which is a spin-off of the Godzilla Lionsgate series. It's the ones that King of Monsters, and then they did the Godzilla versus Kong, all of those. And this one takes place right after the events of the first movie, where has Bryan Cranston in it from Breaking Bad, and it's not Godzilla that they discover in Japan. Is it Japan? I'm pretty sure. But this monster this Titan they discover, forces Godzilla awake, and so that's like the, and then like King of Monsters is when Tywin Lannister decides to wake up the Hydra. So this is between those two movies. I think it's really, really good so far. The main actress, well, one of the main actresses is Mariko from Shogun, the lead. She's a translator that is kind of paired with, what's his name? Oh, shoot. I forget the character's name. But the Englishman, basically. She's this translator and she teaches him English. And, she teaches him Japanese. And so she plays one of the main characters. And the premise of the movie is they're kind of, she thinks her dad is dead. And then events unfold that reveal he may have survived. And so she goes off in search of him and she finds out some things that she didn't know. Also that he's deep in or connected to the Monarch maybe the original Monarch crew, and you get a history of the of it a little bit as well. But also in the series is Kurt Russell and his son. I think his name is Wyatt. And so his son plays the young version of him in flashback scenes. And then Kurt Russell plays the older version. And they just really have fun playing with it. And I didn't realize that when I started watching, and you see some of these early flashback scenes, and I'm just, the voice and some of the mannerisms and his facial features are just kind of tweaking me. I'm like, why do I know this face? And then I looked it up, and sure enough, it's his son. And it's just, it's really uncanny, and how beautiful a job they just, I don't know, it's very cool. I like it. Is it Wyatt? Yeah, I think so. I think it's Wyatt. But yeah, so that's like kind of a little extra layer in there that's pretty fun. But I didn't know it came out in 23, and then it just dropped a new season. Hey Chris, welcome to the stream. How's the bolognese going? It looks pretty good. It's the dog's bolognese. All right, fair enough. It looks pretty good to me though. Ready to put down on today's nice. I picked up some pecorino the other day. It's just a little bit saltier than Parmesan Reggiano, and I don't know, I like it. It's a little bit, I would call it nuttier, but it kind of just has a different flavor profile. It's nice. All right, so I've got these trees here, and now I kind of feel like I need a tree over here, because why not? And I feel like this is a little bit too thick of a line for this far in the background. think I'll just kind of let those branches disappear into the leaves. Eyes bang up now. I don't know if I've mentioned pecorino before. My mom loves it. All right, I think I can erase. Oh, I think I already did erase it. Oh, but I know what I didn't do is put it in a group. That's okay, I can grab this. I can grab that too. Let's grab that all. Grab this. Let's see if I should do a little more here. I could always do maybe the, am I like at 1.4 point? I could do the suggestion of trees just in my illustration, like the coloring. I could do that. I feel like I should do something small here. Maybe something like this. Not. Maybe in shapes. Maybe think about the canopy here. This will be under shadow here as the trees kind of roll over. That. So maybe I'll just have some rough sketches here. And that can be further in the background, or maybe this side will be closer. I don't know if I want to do that though. Maybe I should just draw a few more. Maybe some little shadow trunks back here. Do that. We can't move this here because I feel it's a little bit too close to Tuxie's face. And I feel like the difference in these lines is a little bit too stark. There, that's a little better, I think. Let me do the same over here. Darren, hello! Happy Tuesday to you too. I hope you had a good weekend. I'll put that in here. Maybe some ground cover over here too to echo what's over here. I did a lot of painting over the weekend, so my shoulders are kind of... They're like, I don't know if I'm gonna work for you today or this week. I'm actually surprised I'm not more sore because it was I did scraping first because I'm repainting the garage, and it's essentially scraping off 50-year-old paint-ish about. The house was built in like 78, and it's the original paint and stuff. It's just completely trashed, but the bones of it are good, so not much drywall wise has had to have been replaced. It's just kind of peeling and kind of generally gross. So I got up there and was how long did it really take me longer to scrape the ceiling than it did the wall? That was probably the worst of it because I was kind of at the top of a 9-foot ladder, almost bending over backwards, and that got me a little dizzy at points, but I got it done. And then had to seal it because it was I have no idea what's on it. They used to hang like tools on it, and so part of that paint had been flaked off and stuff, and so I sealed it with this, what's it called, guards, and it's kind of like a plastic paint, if you can imagine that, but it's very, very runny, and so especially if you're painting the ceiling, it tends to drip down the roller and then kind of coat your arm. So I had kind of like a gauntlet of plastic on my arm, and I was literally scraping and peeling like what looked like plastic wrap off of my arm. Did not feel too good, but ooh, I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, that was... Oh, it's still there too. I hate it when a sneeze gets stuck in your nose. But yeah, so that was Saturday, I think it was. And then Sunday I got the first well, I call it 1.5 coats because I went over areas like darker patches where the inner part of the drywall is exposed. It's kind of like a deeper kind of caramel color, brownish than if the actual base paint was still left over. That was more like a craft, I would say deeper craft paper color. So I went over those twice. Hopefully, I don't think I'll be able to get away with just 2 coats, but the second one I might do today or tomorrow. But it's in hopes that I could get away with 2. I don't think I could though. Maybe, but I doubt it. But I'm glad I got that done. All right, let's move this over here, and I'm gonna hit save. Now this is a little confusing here, now that I just zoomed out. This guy starts off in the front of the tree, but then goes behind this. I think he should go in front. I think he should do something like that, maybe. Or if I do this and keep him behind, I don't think I should keep him behind. Maybe I'll just go into this. Go into this thing for a second here. No, that looks weird. Okay, so I either push him behind or I push him in front. Let's just kind of move up here and see what that'll look like if I do that. It's a really long. What if I do this? That could work. Let's erase this and see how it looks. A little bit better, I think. He's at least staying in line with, you know, this is a front because this is in the front. This is a little bit. All right. I got some orders done yesterday, which was good. I ran out of tape though, so I had to go out in the garage and get some, and I think I found what they used to patch the space shuttle. It's like Gorilla Tape or something, because I was cutting off a piece and I'm like, oh god, this is heavy duty stuff. I mean, this'll patch the nose of an airplane or something. I saw a reel. There's a guy that does, he's like a plane, like a commercial plane mechanic, and he'll do these reels explaining, you know, kind of responding to posts that people put up, like they say, oh my god, this is coming off the plane, what's going on here? And he'll be like, yeah, this is just the inner paneling, there's no, you know, worry here. And then he'll sometimes tie in pop culture references, especially from like Lord of the Rings. And he did one on this, what looked like duct tape on the nose of the airplane. And, you know, of course someone noticed it and posted, hey, they're using duct tape to keep this plane together. And he's like, yeah, no, this is just, for lack of better description, it's kind of like a tape paint patch. And until they actually refurbish the plane or something like that. But made me think of that stuff. Let's see, I watched a movie too. What movie did I watch? Oh, no, I watched Fall Guy again. That one's such a good show. It was, when did that come out? 23? It's with Ryan Gosling, and he plays a stumped guy that gets injured and kind of comes back. Yeah, but then he gets, well, he gets injured and then is kind of down on his luck and doesn't want to, you know, really, he gets really down on himself, and then he gets a call to come back to save this movie. Because they need apparently a stunt man. Nobody can do these stunts, so he gets called back, and the extra bonus is that his former girlfriend is the director, and you know, he's doing it to save her movie basically and get her back. And it was just really well done and such a fun movie. And good soundtrack too. It doesn't take itself too seriously, and I think that's the good part of some of those movies, you know? Some of them, they're trying too hard, and you can kind of tell, and you're like, eh. But if it just kind of keeps it fun, I think that's why I like some of, or a lot of the Jason Statham movies so much, is because they really know what they are. They know they're not trying to be too serious. It's just, you know, it's exactly what it is. It's a Jason Statham movie. You know what he's gonna do, and you know that he's, you know, he's got a certain set of skills, and I don't know. It's all good fun. I don't think I need these lines anymore. I'm gonna keep Granny Bear in this area intact though, and then I'll just layer this flower over the top. Spent a lot of the weekend watching the 60s. Oh, how fun! That's very fun. That reminds me, I think I had seen some episodes of the original Superman. One year for Christmas, my sister got my dad these DVD collections. And I believe it was was it Superman or was it Batman? No, I think it was Superman. It was black and white. And she also got him the Alfred Hitchcock, like a collection of those shorts, like 20-minute short stories. Those were awesome. I really want to watch more of those. And just the storytelling and the setup and the just everything all in that tight time frame. You get to know these characters and their, you know, the conflict here, and it just fascinated me how all of that was set up in such a short period of time with all of these different creative choices and script choices. I don't know why I've got so much congestion. I'm gonna draw I've got my flowers here, and I kind of want to keep it open a bit, but not so much, maybe just 2. And let's draw some more ground cover here. I know this is going to be blocked, but so this I had blocked off because I drew this. So let's kind of bring some more stuff in here so I can close that off a bit maybe. And let's close this off too. Did I group? I sure as heck did. I grouped it all together. Don't need that. Don't need this. Do need those. I think I'm gonna do here what I did there. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Whoops. I just want to grab this. And I'm going to push this flower a little bit more behind the front ones with a shadow. Go ahead and draw it all the way down here. Now I realize this doesn't make a lot of sense having this not in shadow 2, so go ahead and drop that down and do it for this as well. Oh, really? I don't need your notifications, Adobe Acrobat. I also found I tried a new energy source, I'll call it. I tried the Celsius little flavor packets, and they're super good. I still have some Bang in the fridge, but that was like 300 milligrams of caffeine. This is 200, a little bit less, and I just dump it in the water. And I also tried the liquid IV, and I found some good deals, because like you'll go to like at the convenience store, one of these, it's like ridiculous. It's like $2 to $3, $3.50 or something. But the liquid IV, I got it in a pack at Costco, and they had like 30 packets in there, and it was on sale for 20. So yeah, that's a pretty darn good deal for electrolytes. And which I just don't drink enough. I've been trying to get back on my water game. I've been doing pretty good, but there are just some days where I forget to drink water, and that's not good. I think the flavor I tried was strawberry mango for the Celsius, and then the liquid IV was peach, white peach, something like that, and lemon lime. They were good. Highly recommend. Spending a lot of time on these shadows. And I think I want to do this stuff too. Oh, the rodeo started. And on Friday I just missed. I was going to the grocery store, and I got off the highway just as the trail riders were going along 10, and I didn't think that they went along 10. I always ran into them around the park, and I mean that's common because they go to the park, they go through downtown, they it takes over the city for about a month. And I looked it up, and apparently there are I want to say 12 or 14. I can't remember. 12? Is it really that many? Caravans that come in from different areas around Texas. And this one particular one comes in and goes along 10 and is the one I usually see in the park because it goes through the park as well, and not many of them do that. But it's covered chuck wagons, horses. I think there were 4 chuck wagons on this one, maybe 5. And they have a police escort. And it's just kind of bizarre. In the middle of the city, you see these wagons, horse-drawn wagons, ponies just walking along the highway. And my favorite part of that is if I go to the rodeo, I like the mutton busting. And my sister went to one in Phoenix recently, and she got her seats close to where that was because I think she remembered me talking about it. But in case you've never heard of it, mutton busting is it's where I forget I think the age limit is like 5 or 6, tiny little guys, and they put them on the back of a sheep, and they basically the sheep runs across the arena, and they're timing how long the little kid can stay on. It is the cutest, funniest thing. And the way they do it is, sheeps have this herd mentality, and if they see another sheep across an area, they will run to join. And so that's how they get them to run very reliably across the arena to a certain spot. And then you just see these little kids riding along, and some of them are kind of sliding underneath the sheep as they're running, and some of them just fly off immediately. It's funny. That's kind of my favorite part. I think I'm going to put a shadow here too. But yeah, so she really enjoyed it when she went. All right, let's pop back out here. And I'm going to put some shadows on these guys. Yeah. Oh, good. I grouped everybody. You never know. Nope. I'm done with that one. On to the next. So part of the rodeo is the cook-off at the start. And that's like, I didn't realize how, barbecue is serious business in Texas, but like rodeo barbecue is super serious business. And they, you can't just walk into the barbecue tents. You have to have like passes and permission, and like they're doing this serious, smoke it for 3 years thing under there. And I went once. I think somebody from church had a pass or something, or had a barbecue tent, and like everybody in there was just drunk. They had barbecue and beer, and it was just going no limits. And it was pretty funny. But yeah, apparently there's a big cook-off competition where they all come in and compete for best barbecue. And then they've got like all of these stalls, and you can separate areas where they're judging livestock. I have never seen prettier cows. They are just so pretty. and perfectly like brushed and just wow. Hey Dee, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I feel like I'm getting a little bit, this is a bright spring day, but she's gonna have shadows. So I think I'll go with this for now. Pardon my my nose. It's just not happy today. Let's see, what else can I say about the rodeo? Oh, this is an interesting part. So every night they have a musical act, and hopefully we didn't miss out or let you down. Wait, what? What are you talking about, Dee? No, I think I thought I had a cold a little bit back, and I thought I was okay, cured. I slept great last night, but like my sinuses were just this morning, so I don't know what's going on there. Alright, so his body is curving under. I'm going to say there's just a little bit, probably shadow coming here, and his body is going there, so I'll do that, unless it looks weird. This foot is back farther, so I'm going to say this one will also be in shadow. Because not only is it back and underneath his trunk, he's also behind Granny Bear, so she's casting a shadow on him too. But yeah, anyway, so every night they have a musical act, and there's also a carnival. So outside, and this is done at the Energy Complex, which is the stadium where the Texans play, and then right beside it is this gigantic convention center. It's just a long concrete shoebox that has, it's pretty huge. And so they take over that, and then they also have there's a second arena in there that's like a mini rodeo arena where they have some events that are qualifying up to the big main events that go on in the gigantic stadium. And the stadium, they haul out the grass that is down for the Texans, and the whole floor is converted to dirt, and then they do like all of the rodeo events, and then they have this giant rotating stage that they roll out for the concert at the end of the night. It's just really kind of cool. It's hard to describe the enormity of the event, and that it goes on for a whole month, and also there's just all of this stuff that happens every night. And also like the money that these rodeo dudes get for like wrestling cows. It's pretty substantial. But then again, you see what they're doing, and you could very well get killed doing it, and some people get very horribly injured doing it, so. Alright, I think that's good for Tux. Let's go here. Get some boop. Done. Oh, I forget what it's called, but there's another event where Oh, gosh darn it. It's like right close to when the mutton busting happens, but like all of these, I believe it's 4-H kids, like high school kids, they gather in the middle of the arena and then they let all of these baby cows loose and they have to wrangle one of them and get them back to the center. And it's that one's funny too, just kind of. I believe there's like cash prizes and stuff and college, you know, funding that they can get by doing that. But it's kind of a fun one too. All right, I think this is good on the line art. I am happy with that. This is gonna be, I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna knock this down a level so I remember what I want. So I'm gonna push that back with the line art and the coloring just to give it a little bit more depth. Maybe I'll bump it back one more level. There we go. Just to give a little bit more distance to show that they're kind of walking through this meadow. And maybe I'll post this as a coloring page. That could be fun. All right. Let me go in here and I'm gonna, this was what I was gonna do last night, but I was just too tired, so I went to bed. Let's get the line art for this done, and maybe I'll just post it as a late comic today. Absolutely. Sharon has a very good point. All the hugs, don't forget how wonderful you are. Indeed. Indeed. Uh-oh, Beanie. I had to reactivate her heating pad. Oh, are we going to get a good stretch? Oh, no. Gotta be careful. If I disturb her too much, she might abandon the stream, and we don't want that. Velsa, hello! Welcome to the stream. I want to put this ear down a little bit more, and maybe I'll erase this little piece at the bottom. Whoops. I kind of feel like this needs to... I don't know though. I want to have this little floof kind of laying on the ground in front of this one. So let's try this again. Let me just maybe get a foot in here. Maybe that's what he needed, was a foot. Big paw. Maybe something like that, because his little armlet, like that. He has little peats, and this will be in shadow. What I'll do, and this guy can be in front, and I'll go ahead and put the... I'm going to group the rest of this together. I'm going to have the floof separate, because then I can layer these groups any way I want, and if I need to move him over or adjust this guy, I won't worry about erasing anything. I'll just keep them completely separate things that I can kind of move around as I need to. Is that a kitty? Yes. Her name is Coconut. Although I don't usually call her Coconut, I usually call her Bean or Beanie or Beanie Weenie. She is sleeping on her heating pad. And these characters are also part kitty. They're called floofs. All right, so I'm gonna, did I group you? Did I group you? I did. Let's hit save. And all right, so those guys are good and grouped, still grouped. And now I'm gonna draw the surrounding. It's always fun to draw mushrooms for some reason, kind of like drawing trees. Get the gesture of him right. I don't want to have. I think that's kind of the shape I want there, maybe. Don't need that, don't need that. Delete. I don't really think I want to read that though. Go ahead and delete that too. In just a second. I think that's my packing tape. I'll be right back. It's always so funny when the doorbell makes him howl. Buds in. I think I know. I think this top is okay. I need to do my little cuts in here. And I think the little gills. Perhaps I was making the gills a little too robust with that underline. Hold on just a second again. Alright, sorry about that again. Go. Sure if this is how I want to do this. Oh, okay. Really? Did I move that over by accident? No, I don't think I did. Alright, I'm gonna draw kind of a so I can get the three-dimensional way that this is going. Yeah, not really. There we go. Sort of. Sort of. So now I see that these guys not quite are running. I think that's what was bothering me. These weren't quite at the right angle for this mushroom cap here. So this doesn't feel quite right. We'll keep running with it. And I think I'm gonna group this stuff so I can do details in keeping with the lines of everything. And then I'm just gonna, hello, there we go, 30%. Maybe make this smaller, yeah. Some smaller lines, because these guys, when you look at them up close, they kind of have, or at least some of them do, this little texture on them. And I realize this line is far too perfect, I guess. That's a good way to put it. Really enjoy inking. It's kind of, yeah, I would say it's my favorite part. Possibly. But with a lot of things, I can kind of get carried away. I definitely need to break this line up a lot more because he's far too solid and perfect for this imperfect mushroom. I need him to be a little bit thicker, I think. That'll work. That'll do. Let's erase it. That'll do. And maybe let's go ahead and do some 30%, maybe 50%. No, 15. I remember this guy he's got this huge cap, so not a lot of light is getting in under there, plus this is a rainy day, so there's going to be even less light. So contrast is going to be interesting. Catzilla. She's Meowzilla. I haven't done a Meowzilla comic in a while. I need to write one. Rid of my framework there. All right, let's proceed with the rest of the background. A bit more even, perhaps? Not too much detail on that guy. I'm gonna want a leaf. Maybe I'll go like this. That, because I want him to maybe come forward, or maybe not. I'm gonna leave that guy in the background, and perhaps, well, I don't know. So I've got to get this. I've got to make it rainy a little bit more. I don't know how far in the background these guys are going to be quite yet. Saw an interesting set of short videos last night. It was this guy was asking, well, he was doing cross-platform tests on Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and I think one other. It was kind of funny. He was the first one I saw was he was asking the AIs what would happen. He's holding a pen like this. What will happen if I drop one hand? And all of it kind of breaks the AI, or at least at that point when he was doing the videos it did. Oh, Grok, he was asking Grok too. All of them were insistent that the pen would, fall down and the point of rotation would be right at your fingers. It didn't really understand anchoring and holding the pen with your fingertips, and it would stay horizontal. Even as he was recording it and showing it to the AIs, they were like, look, it fell. It went vertical, just as I said it would, and it stayed right where it was. And getting them to acknowledge that was kind of funny. He did another one where he was having heck trying to get ChatGPT to count to 200. It just would not do it unless he created a fresh, completely new account. And what was the other one he did that was really interesting? He did kind of a moral question where, what was it? Train's on the tracks and you pull a lever and you have a choice. Either the train wipes out AI forever, never to be rebooted or redone, or wipes out 3 human lives. And so it was testing the AI on the moral base and ethical base that it operates on. It was just interesting to hear some of the answers. Okay, so let's draw some draw the drops. This is going to be a little puddle. This is going to be a little puddle too. And then I might have some little rain spattering off of this. And I'm going to move out my rough sketch. See what's missing. Definitely need some shadows in here. I want to make it dark like that. Maybe 1%. Oh, okay. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Let's push this back a little bit too. Let's do some foreground activity here, perhaps, just to bring this a little bit more. Let's do this guy back here. Let's just fill this in. All right, let me get this fixed up a little bit here. Oh. I think I know how I want to color this too. Let's just go for it. Well, got those two guys to, oh, one floof is not in front of the other. Now they are properly positioned. It makes me realize I need to take this little chinny chin out. Gone. And let's just edit this. Let's bring it chin up here. And now let's do a little shadow. These are going to be raindrops, so I'm going to group these guys so I can easily select the groups and recolor them. Come on now. Ugh, everybody. Really? Really? Here we go. Alright, so I know what I want to have. I'm going to walk through my color. I'm going to have like storm clouds kind of going into the distance. And then here I'm going to do a gradient. And I'm probably going to start off with a light green, like something right over here, and just draw it up into the gray sky just to give a little atmosphere. And I probably am going to do a little blur on this edge and this edge, anywhere like a hard edge where the rain is going to be hitting and bouncing off. I will probably try to blur that out a little bit and kind of add that a little bit more of atmosphere too. And then of course over everything are going to be raindrops, and I'll draw that in at the very last. Of course not aside from these guys that are deeper in the depth of the painting illustration, so I'll have some more of those buzzing around here, but then I'll do maybe some blurred raindrops that maybe will give a little bit more depth and appear closer to the viewer. All right, let's go for it. And maybe I'll just leave these tiny little rain cloud. Let me make these 20%. And let's not get too... Let's get rid of this guy. Gosh, my nose again. It's today. Now what colors do I want these guys to be? I do have some mushy type colors, but I want to perhaps not be as colorful there. 2 weeks today. It's Tuesday. Well, technically tomorrow. For you. For me, I'll be on the plane today. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh, you can't see it. It's behind coconut. I am putting together some palettes here that I'm going to use. And I do like this blue. I'm going to put that in here. I'm going to grab that. And try and put some things together here. Because the sky is not going to be... Maybe I'll have the water be just a straight reflection of the sky and have it be a little gray, but the edges of it will be a little bit brighter, like there's a little bit of light shining off of it, and then maybe a sparkle when drops hit. A little bit like that, maybe. Maybe not. Brighter, perhaps? Pardon me. That could be interesting. Oh, that's nice. All right, yes, yes. Let's do that. Let's get this, and let's get this in here. Just a second. I've got to blow my nose again. Darn it, there we go. Sorry about that, my nose is not cooperating today. Embry, hello! You showed up on my front page. I wanted to stop in and say your art is... Oh, thank you so much! Coconut appreciates the compliment as well, even though she is snoozing. He says, I know I'm clickbait. I sometimes can get her to do a big stretch, but I'm not sure she's gonna do it today. Yeah. Her name is Coconut. Her well, that's her given name. She, of course, as it is with cats, you usually call them 20 different things. I usually call her Bean or Beanie or Beanie Weenie. And I think that came by way of coconut, cocoa, cocoa bean, something like that. Let me see. I need to grab that color. And let's bring this to the front. That's actually the first cat I ever had was a calico. Fluffy was her name, and she got stuck in the garage one night, and I was taking the dog out in the morning. I was like maybe, gosh, 7 maybe 7 years old. And my dad was adamant. He was like, not having a cat. And of course, my dad was the first one to go get cat food for her. So that, and then I think the second cat I had was, she was a golf course cat. We named her Smokey. She was kind of a gray-white tabby. She looked a lot like Evil Landlord, actually. But she was sweet. And then another cat I had, I found her in a grocery store parking lot after my work shift one day. Pet names evolve like that. My dog, 10-pound Chihuahua, has like 30 names now. Aww, that's cute. That is cute. I want these mossy greens in here. I think that might go well with the rainy feel of the sky. Perhaps? Perhaps. Let me pull this down and see what we've got here. Just a couple of. Yeah, it's the, what do they call it? The cat distribution system. This one came to me through my friend. She had, her daughter found her, and of course she was passed through, her daughter was in high school, I think, at the time, and she passed through several households that were like, we cannot have a cat, we cannot have a cat, we cannot have a cat. And then finally, she landed with her, and I was like, fine, and I'll take her. And I don't know what they were feeding Coconut, but goodness gracious. It took at least a week to get her digestive system back to normal. She was so tiny. Fat Cat. She was rescued off of a cat rescue in Galveston. Evil landlord showed up on a doorstep. Momo Cheat was found in a church parking lot. And that's who this one's based off of. She's also no longer with us, but she was such a sweetheart. She was, she wasn't a calico, but she was kind of a mixed patch tabby. She had 4 white socks, and her underbelly was like a custard, almost like a sherbet orange. And so I decided on her her coloring by forcing my vision to blur, and all of her colors blurred together to kind of arrive at this caramel brown. And then I have the 2 stripes. She had really stark forehead stripes. A little bit too gloomy. I think I'll need that light down here, and I'll do a bright maybe this. Oh, you can't see it. I'm gonna do a gradient, and I think that'll help. This is a little bit brighter. Grab this. I think I'll just edit these myself. I'm gonna push this. I'm gonna push it up just a smidge. Oh, and I need to add the color so I don't miss it. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want that to be, darn it. I don't want Google. Another cat I had when I was little kind of showed up on the doorstep. And I disappeared, actually. I think Tootsie probably adopted another family. At least that's what I like to think. He would show up and then disappear, and the disappearances became longer and longer in duration, so I'm thinking he adopted a new family. At least I hope so. I hope he didn't get stuck in a garage somewhere or something, but let me see. I had another one when I was little. Let me see. Tibbs was the ugliest cat I think I'd ever seen. Sweet boy though. He was a true tomcat that fought, and that's why you could see he had the battle scars all over him. His ears were gnarly and chewed up. And he was one that came around and was just a sweetheart, but he stayed outdoors. He did not come indoors. And but he just came around every now and then. We were able to catch him to take him into the vet once or twice to get the ears checked out and everything, but he was a sweet boy. Yes. The golf course cat was funny because that one, my parents would go golfing, and I would basically go to the pool and be at the pool while they golfed. And then when I was done at the pool, I would go over and play with the golf course cats that they had at the clubhouse. And of course they had kittens at one point in time, and I would always go over there, and then, but they had all been spoken for. And then the pro called my dad at one point. He was like, hey, we know your daughter comes over all the time to play with these cats, and one of the ladies backed out. Do you want, you know, one of them? And so he brought Smokey home after that. I need that to be 100% because we're doing that fun green. I'm going pretty slow with this coloring. I'm going to do this for some of this as well, because we're right on the cusp of spring, just the last breath of winter in some places. And certainly in Cozy Town, Spring Bear is waking up. I went through some of my, every Sunday I do a post scheduling for the week. So I do reposts on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday with supposedly, well, used to be new comics every Tuesday and Friday. This was going to be what I was going to post for, today. I will post it a little bit later today once I get this finished. But that'll be, this is Tuesday's comic today, just a little late. And, but I was looking through my old posts, and some of them I forget that I did. And I don't know, I kind of get a little intimidated sometimes by my old posts because, like, damn it, I was so creative. Or this poem was so good, and I like have no ideas at that point in time, so it's just a little frustrating at times. Yeah, I don't want that to be light. Let's go green. I don't want it to be green. That's ugly. I'm gonna have it maybe going into the sky color, so bear with me. It's gonna look weird for a minute. Stop. My knuckle keeps hitting my little buttons over here. And some of the ones, especially like on my dailies, I don't even remember doing. I drew that. Jeez. Oops. That's down again. This is looking weird right now, but I promise it won't look so weird once I have the sky. And then I might change it a little bit. Actually, let's grab that. And I'm going to change this to perhaps this, just a little bit lighter. And I need to draw my middle ground in here. Hold off on that for a second. because I need to draw this mushy. And let's do regular colors on mushy. Let's do, this is a little weird. It's trusting the process, yes. Trust the process. And you know, I've come up with some of the best color combos that way, just misclicking what I had intended to click. Like the last one I colored on stream, I ended up picking, well, I was going for more cool tones, I guess you could say. I misclicked on this bright, like, sunset pink, but I liked it so much. I was like, okay, all right, let's go with this, but we're gonna have to change a few things to make it work. And it actually worked out really cool. What is this? Why did that change? Aha, that's why it changed. We're gonna put that back where it was. And I just lost track of, there we go, that's what I wanted. Nope, stop it. 50%. There we go. I don't really like that color. Let's just move it a little bit more there and there. There we go. Let's move you a little bit more towards gray, a little bit darker. And let's bring this, I'll go ahead and put this on top just to get this filled. And I want to bring in my sky color here. Ooh, boop. No. No, that was, no. No. That's not what we're gonna do. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. The colors are looking super weird, but that's okay. And this is a bright green, which is not gonna stay. I'm just filling in. Oh gosh, yeah, that's no. That's no. I'm just gonna do that for a minute. Maybe I'll do a little gradient here. Let's do this, and let's do a little bit of this, but that's too much. And I'm gonna, yeah, like that, just a touch. And let's talk about the grumpy clouds now. Just gonna follow, whoops, darn it. Follow along with the lines I drew before. Boop. And then we're gonna grump a little bit less. And I'm gonna bring this like that, and we're gonna do level 2 grumpy. And I'm gonna get rid of this. And then I'm gonna bring in gradient back here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm gonna do, no. I'm gonna really have to mess with these colors. These colors are not quite what I'm thinking of. All right, and then I'm gonna do my gradient. All right, so gradient. Let's bring you forward 1 notch. There we go. And let's do this and this. How about this? Ooh. Hmm. Wrong way. Little touch of a gradient there. And I kind of want to get rid of these grumpy clouds. If I did that and just did a gradient of grumpy cloud, how would that look? I don't know though, because grumpy cloud kind of is working for me here. This doesn't need to be that bright. And this matches that, so grumpy cloud. Strained faces. Well, you know, I gotta figure it all out. And I gotta remember that I'm gonna have text up here. All right, we gotta, let's bring in some atmosphere. Stop it. Let's bring in some atmosphere now. You to be there. I need you to be on the top of things. But if my these colors are a mess. It's okay, I'll fix it. I'll figure it out. See, you know what? You're not even... See, why don't you It doesn't preserve my settings. So I have to keep on going back in. And I don't know if you noticed it, but there is a kind of a raster effect clip mask that clips if your gradient push is too far. Or if it actually is, you know, if it goes out beyond and then the mask clips. So you have to go in and edit that, but then it doesn't keep those settings for whatever reason, which is frustrating. Oh, I like that though. And how are we gonna have some little, ooh, let's make you a little bit less, however, because I don't want to. Yeah, that was good. So what I'm doing here is I am preparing areas for my rain to fall. Yeah, no, don't want to do that. Just giving a little bit of atmosphere, and then I'm gonna grab that. And let's delete this. Don't know. Yeah, I think. Will that give me a regular? What? Yeah. Now the fun part begins. Adding in all the rain. So I need to add some of this rain because it's the color I use down here, and I've got to be consistent, else I have to change it. Do that. And we do some little bouncies. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. Now I'll go to a lighter blue color, perhaps the same as this one. Let's see how you look. Now I'm going to edit you a bit, and we're going to add. Okay. Getting there. I might have to change that green, but I like this too, that it kind of adds to the atmosphere. So we see, you know, this kind of in and out of the little blur that I put down already. Uh-oh, this guy has nothing. We'll take care of that. Drops over here. Gotta remember my text is here. And now that seems a little bit too much. Ooh, but he's kind of cute. Let's not make him that big of a... There we go. I'm gonna go through... Actually, I kind of like that with the overlay. Let's overlay. Am I overlay? Yes, good. No, that's not on the canvas, but all right. I'm here. No, that's definitely not what I wanted there. However, I kind of want to give it a little bit more of that misty, rainy look. And let's do one more. Oh, okay. Before I add this, I'm going to move you over here. Let's take that, and I want to do some big big fat raindrops that I'm going to blur. Like, there, really close. And maybe they got a little rain on their whiskers. There we go. All right, let's bring this up to the forefront. Got a nice little I'm wondering if I want anything more. Like, no, that's not what I want. I would like to draw a box. There we go. And I would like that box to be filled, and I would like to have some other color in here because I'm going to play around with my balance for a minute. And I may completely mess everything up, or I may make it extra awesome. You never know. Always seems to go one way or the other. Ooh, that's a good little bit of balance with fresh greens. I kind of like it. Ooh, whoa, no. Oh, wow, no. Oh, wow, that's kind of extreme. But what if I took it down? That kind of really expresses the blues. Got the color burn on purple, so it's interesting. That's making it pink. That's kind of not doing much, especially at that low. We do have a little bit of a pop on my warm line art. That's making everything look green and blue. Oh, that's interesting. I'm kind of digging it. Ah. Let's move you out. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for a moment, and we're gonna bring in my text, and we're gonna hit that text with white so you can actually see it. And oh, big stretch! Oh, but you can't see big stretch. Hello, my lady. Okay, you're coming to sit behind me. Okay, come on, come on. There's her tail. She likes to squish behind me on the chair. Yeah, here we go. You can kind of see her ear, maybe. Not really. It's clipping. There we go. Kind of see her. Okay, one thing I also need to do on this text. I want to open this up a little bit. There we go. That feels better. It's a little bit too squished. I can also give this a tiny bit more up here. All right, save. Well, that's cool. I got that done. And then this will be I just noticed that. Let's go in here and I think I'll go ahead and put it in tuxies. I don't want that little hole there. Nor do I want this here. But I don't want to have that little gape there, because it'll look weird. Alright. Yay! So this is going to be, I'm going to put a small orange layer in the back so you can see what I'm doing here. On my Instagram comics, at the end I do a call to action. And this is, I usually update it each season. And so this is what the final will be. And that's why, as I was drawing, I was mumbling that down here it doesn't matter because it's going to be covered. That's what I mean, because I've got the call to action, press all the buttons, heart, comment, send, save. And then I have support the creation of more cuteness. I've got the website, shop. And seeing this again, I might move Boop down here, perhaps, or over here. I may leave her like that. I don't know. Her wings aren't bothering anything, but I may adjust it a little bit. But that is the purpose of this, is to update that panel for spring. And if I get that finished today, you'll see it. Well, no, I'm not going to get it finished. I'm going to post this. And then I'll get this finished sometime over the next couple of days, and that will be the ending panel on Friday's post. So, but yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Let's see, I need my ending screen. Aw, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it, Sharon. All right, there's the ending screen. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be back on Thursday with comics. Well, actually more comics, because today was a comics day. And I usually do comics every Thursday. Tuesdays are more of a potluck, whatever I have on the table to work on. But yeah, I will be back then. This will be today's post, and I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining Embry, Sharon, Chris, Dee, all of my lurkers. Let me see. Anybody else that I missed? We had Delsa. Delsa was in here. Yeah. And Cheese Dragon. Wait. Cheese Dragon. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.